Good evening, guys. Good evening to y'all. I'm not gonna be here long. I'm gonna just make this brief statement before I take off. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm CNN News. I'm not gonna sit here act like Channel 13 News. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to be Channel 3 News, and I damn sure ain't gonna sit here and pretend to be Channel 10 News. I'm Rhoda Young Life, the community news reporter. And we're here before Wavy News 10, Channel 3 and 13 News. We're not going to spend a lot of time on what happened on yesterday because not one of the black community, not one black person in the community is shocked nor surprised by the behavior of Donald Trump and his supporters. We are not surprised nor are we shocked that they was allowed to get away with their actions. We are not surprised and we're not shocked that there was not major arrests out there at the Capitol on yesterday. We're not going to spend a lot of time on this issue. This issue has been an issue for hundreds of years. This is nothing new for the black community. This is something that's been going on across the board for hundreds of years. Only one shock is the white community in the politics because they was caught on tape being biased. Now y'all want to bring into the conversational piece Black Lives Matter. If this was a Black Lives Matter episode, it would have been handled different. Y'all want to bring in the point that last time the Black Lives Matter rally up, that the people had on camouflage uniforms and the National Guards and the state police and all the policemen was out there. We're not surprised about what y'all don't do when it comes to the white community versus the black community. If you go back 2 days ago, guys, I warned everyone. God has gave me a gift where stories fall in my lap. God has gave me a gift of the third eye that I don't receive, that I have, but it's evidence that I have a third eye. I cannot predict what's going to happen, but I'm always right there before something happened or right when it happened. I told y'all 2 days ago before this incident escalated to this matter right here, if you go back on my videos, that Donald Trump was unstable, he was mentally disturbed, and he needed psychological help. I also explained to you guys that I was not a licensed clinical psychiatrist at all. I just can see and I saw where he was going downhill at. Okay, now y'all want to enforce the 25th Amendment when he only have 13 days left in office. Right now, Donald Trump, I feel as though is shaking in his boots. Whether y'all take him out of office in the last 13 days or not, I don't think we're going to hear too much more from him. He have already done enough, and he knows it now. Donald Trump knows that the charges that's pending on those people that went out there to support him at the Capitol is also going to fall on his lap as well. We can look forward for our President Donald Trump to be charged as well as accomplice to what happened at the state Capitol on yesterday. Donald Trump right now got more worries than anybody on this earth. And I also took and told you guys this right here. I declare, go back. The videos is stamped. I say, watch out. Keep an eye on President Donald Trump, because he know he's in big trouble. I didn't know why God had led that in my mouth and on my mind. But right now, he know he's going down. Y'all, he is a basket case right now. I would not be surprised if he don't try to take his own life, because I don't see him doing time in jail. Okay, so we're going to have to keep a very close eye on him. Donald Trump, I feel as though, and this is my personal opinion, before he surrenders himself, he'll take his own life. So guys, keep an eye out on him. I don't see him walking into the jailhouse and serving a day in jail for the charges that's going to be brought forth towards him. His charges now are deeper, and it's going to be more consequences for him to pay for all the things he have done towards the United States of America. Mr. Pence, how I feel about Mr. Pence? Mr. Pence throughout the whole presidency has been very quiet to me. I really don't trust a man that's very quiet. I really don't trust the man that can stand behind a man that's doing the United States wrong. Look, every closed eye ain't sleep, and every closed mouth do got something to say, guys. Don't trust Mr. Pence either. because he was there with Donald Trump through the 4 years. Okay, so don't say, oh, we're gonna remove him out of Donald Trump out of office and put Vice President Pence in office. He's just like Donald Trump. He worked with him the whole time. He had the opportunity to get up and walk away as well. My minister, my bishop once told me, for Healing Words Fellowship, if you're not in agreement with someone, don't sit at the same table with them. So for Mr. Pence to be on the side with Mr. Donald Trump for all that time, he had to be somewhat in agreement with him. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. We're going to move forward and get off that situation because that's a hot mess. We're going to sit back, cross our legs, and sip us some tea to see how they're going to deal with this racist Democrat situation they have going on. Right now, we want to give shout-outs to R&M Body Oils, that shop, for supporting Rhoda Young Live TV show. We want to give out shout-outs to R&M Body Oils, that shop, for always supporting Rhoda Young Live television show. They are the ones who sponsor me faithfully every month and never miss a beat. Also, we'd like to give a shout out to Mrs. I don't know why I keep forgetting her name. Lord have mercy. Just please forgive me. I speak with her all the time. We have great conversations. She's another #1 supporter, guys. She always support. She never miss a beat or anything like that. So we want to give kudos out to her as well. I also want to give kudos out to Robert for always being out there for me. Anything I need, Robert is on the scene of this bitch right now. Trying to find Miss Beverly. Yes, guys, we can't forget Miss Beverly. We got to do a drive-by and see what's going on with Miss Beverly. Make sure her health is still doing good. Make sure she's still doing good. And see, can she do a headstand or a split for us this week? In other news here in the 757, Congress confirmed that Biden won the election, which we already knew. It's not a surprise. 4 people did die yesterday, and our prayers are going out to each and every last one of them. Each and every last one of them was a victim of Mr. Donald Trump sore losing. One person was shot to death. Our prayers go out to her. She did serve in the United States military. Our prayers go out to her regardless of what she stands for. She had the right to stand for anything she chose to. The other people that died during the riot died from a medical condition. They was not shot. Also, they found 2 pipe bombs out there at the state capitol and 1 cocktail. January 6th, 2021 will... Okay. January 6th, 2021 will forever be a day of the President Donald Trump corruption day. Is going down in history. The last time we had someone to attack the Capitol was in the 1800s. That someone did something to this magnitude to our state Capitol. It was 1812. The British burned Washington up, and that was the last attack on the state Capitol. 1812, when the British came over and they set fire to the state Capitol. Also, guys, we want to let you know here in North Portsmouth, Virginia. Well, actually, he was arrested in Hampton, Virginia, but he's from Portsmouth, Virginia. Arrest was made for the man for shooting that 7-year-old girl to death in Atlanta, Georgia. He was arrested in Hampton, Virginia. Also, he was involved in a shootout at the mall in Norfolk, Virginia. And he had already been charged for that crime, but he was out because his time he got was not jail time, but during the time that he was out on his sentencing, he went to Atlanta, Georgia, got into another shootout at another mall, and took the life of a 7-year-old young lady. Our prayers and condolences is going out to Atlanta, Georgia, and also her family. They said Virginia is in a state of emergency due to the riot, as well as Washington, D.C. Richmond do have our state capital up there, Richmond, Virginia, and everything up there has been shut down. Channel 10 News is on the scene in Washington, D.C., and they do have Andy Fox out there, and only one is out there is Andy Fox standing out there by himself. Everyone is gone home. Everything is over. Andy Fox, it's okay to come back to Norfolk, Virginia. The storm is already over. And that would be all the local news we have on today, guys. Right now, all the news is really talking about is what happened on yesterday at the state capitol. I am the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live. Black people, we got to continue to pray. We've been praying for hundreds of years, but change has to come. If it don't come for us, maybe it'll come for our grandkids or our great-great-grandkids, the ones that we may never, ever meet. But a change eventually will have to come here across the board in the United States. Mr. Donald Trump showed our enemies and our allies how lack our security is at the state capitol and also at the White House. He has embarrassed the United States all the way across the board. He had put us in danger by allowing the other countries to see how lack our security is at our state capitol and also at our White House. I am the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live, where you did sit here first before Wavy News 10, Channel 3, and also Channel 13 News. If you guys stand by, I'm going to see can I get in contact with the young lady that want to give you guys the update on what's really going on with the Believer's House. She said she got some more information about the Believer's House, about the pastor, about the church operating. Let's see can we get in contact with her now. Hello.
Hey.
Hey, how you doing? Are you available to speak now? Everybody's on up here waiting on you, and we wanted to see can we get some updates.
Hello?
Hey, this Rhoda, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Are you available to speak right
Yes.
now?
Yes, actually, I'm going to take a test at the DMV.
Okay, yes, we're ready for the quick rundown. We was gonna go live, but she's at DMV right now, guys, and she's reporting live. What state are you in right now while you're reporting to us?
I'm in Alabama.
Right now, she's in Alabama. And what city of Alabama are you in?
In Dothan, Alabama.
She's calling in, guys, from Dothan, Alabama. Do you have us on speaker?
Yes. Y'all can. Let me take you off of the speaker then.
Thank you.
Is this better?
Yes, ma'am, and thank you.
Okay.
Okay, you decided to call into the Rhoda Young Live television show to give us some updates about what's really going on with the Believer's House, also the Norfolk Detective Unit and everything like that. Can you go ahead and update us on what's really going on with the Believer's House Church Ministry?
Yes. Believer's House Worldwide Ministry, they are still in business. What we're doing, we are going for them to shut the academy down, which is the school there. It's the Voice of Believers Christian Academy. Now, we did have, allegedly, the fire marshal went out and they were told that the school is not in service because of the COVID. But we've also been told that that is a lie. That we know from the time we went there in June how they will run from the church every time that we come to protest. They put up no trespassing signs at the church and all that kind of foolishness. They got the windows and stuff boarded up, which makes no sense. And so we have been trying to get a hold of the detective that is investigating this case to no avail. I know they have other stuff going on, but we are just trying to get an update and to make sure that they're not just going to put this on the back burner, because we have to get justice for these kids.
Let me ask you a question right quick. Can I ask you a question right quick?
Mm-hmm.
How many people have filed charges against that church with the alleged allegations that their pastor was having sexual intercourse and also doing inappropriate things with the members? How many of y'all do you allege filed charges against them?
Statement-wise, I know of about 30 that have actually given statements. People that are just kind of talking about it, that has not done anything, we're looking at probably well over 50 or 60, if not more.
So you allege about 30 people already contacted Norfolk Division, Detective Division, and made complaints about this church. Now I want to ask you this:
Yes.
have anyone been contacted or updated with what's going on from the Norfolk Detective Unit?
No. And we have gotten to the point now where we're going to have to go over the detective's head that we've been talking to because we can't get him on the phone. And we've contacted them. We've also contacted Child Protective Services. We've contacted, the fire marshal and anybody that is willing to say, hey, listen, something is going on here. Something that everybody out here is not lying. There's something happening.
Let me ask you this as well.
Normal.
Let me ask you this. Allegedly, y'all allege that the church is operating a building, a business, an entity here in the 757 Norfolk, Virginia. Allegedly, y'all allege that they have no heat and no AC.
That's a fact because we have even when the gentleman went out there to speak to, the guy at the church, he stated that they didn't have any heat and any air. And those that have been members here since they got the building, people that have been out there recently have stated, that there is no heat, there's no air. When they went to church services, it was heaters put up, and then it was big old fans and stuff put up.
Wow. What is it that you want us to know? Because you was in Dothan, Alabama, that you want us to know about the Believer House Ministry. And what is it that you want the Believer House Ministry to know that y'all are not going to give up, and what else?
I want them to realize just because we're not there protesting all the time, because, we are in COVID season and people have lost family. I myself, buried my sister the week before I got there in September. But we're not going to stop. We made a promise to those young ladies that we're going to get justice for them, for all of the kids, because there have been kids who, the young men who were affected, the young men who are now grown up and are very suicidal. We're not going to stop. No matter who you are, who you try to cover up, and we're going to start exposing some of these people that have left and knew what was going on with these kids. We want to bring awareness. We're asking the public, if you visited this church, let us know if you know something, if you saw something, especially if you're one of those people that went to their yard sales and found your stolen goods there.
So you alleging
because there was an allegation that at night, two of the deacons would run around on the truck and be out stealing people's cars.
Wow, so you alleging at night they take... Excuse me. You alleging at night that they're taking the U-Haul trucks that they have parked outside of their church and riding around and stealing people items. Is that what you're alleging?
That's what we were told. That's the allegation that we were told. And the young lady said she knows because she was there. She was once a member there. And they would just ride around. If you left stuff there, left stuff out in your yard, then if you very well wake up the next day and your stuff is gone. I know when I was there, I witnessed several community people that live in the community said that they come to the yard sale and their stuff was there.
Yes, I did. When y'all was down here the first time, we did have a Caucasian resident of that neighborhood where the church is located at, and came out there and spoke on camera that she alleged that when she came to the flea market at the church to buy some items because her house was broken into, she found her items inside the church flea market. I did remember that one right there. Also, we want to get the people who's not familiar with this case an update with what's going on with the Believer House. Allegedly, we have several people that came from out of town from different states because Norfolk is a military city. And what they did is they was going to this church and they alleged that the pastor was acting out of order. He was alleging taking the members' money. He was also it's alleged that he was having sex at the church in his office with different church members, young and also youth members. They also said he alleged that he'll take all their money and make them live inside the church. If you was a cosmetologist, you had to work in his beauty salon and you did not get paid, he kept all your paycheck. If you received food stamps, you was ordered to get a church your food stamps and then to buy the food back from the church at a higher amount of pay. Am I correct with what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, and more. It goes even deeper than that. You are correct with what you're saying.
Is anything else before we go that you would like Facebook to know and the Believer House and also Norfolk Detectives who's always on my page listening, watching, and ear hustling?
Well, first of all, I would like to know what are they doing? What is the Norfolk Police Department doing? I understand y'all have other cases, but at least communicate with us. Call us back. Everybody has called. And for those of you who really know something and want to help, we have a private page called The Unbelievable House. That's the name of the page. Send a request. If you anything you want to know about it, if you want to send us some, if you've been there, if you just don't want be anonymous, let us know. It's called The Unbelievable House. We got all the Rhoda's videos that she has covered for us. We got some of the protesters that came out, and you could see where they've been running from us. The last time we were there, the moment Rhoda was in front of the church, they took off running out the back.
Yes, they did. Oh, yeah, I was speaking with you earlier today. Can you reflect on that day when y'all was home and I told y'all just because y'all going back to Alabama, California, New York, and wherever y'all came in from, I said I would stay on this case as much as possible. You told me you seen a video of me chasing the U-Haul truck.
I did, and what was crazy is, and I was hoping that particular intersection down there had a camera, because you were trying to get to the U-Haul. He takes out, runs the red light, and then take a right turn in front of the two lanes.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That was a funny video right there. I in the infamous Miss Rhoda Young Live, where I also caught the Believer House with a whole bunch of other people property, allegedly in Portsmouth, Virginia, and they went slam the hair off on me, and trust and believe I went slam the hair off back on them. I have been following this case now over a year, where these people from multiple different states have accused this church of having sex with their members and also some of the youth. They also said that one of your young girls was so mentally disturbed by what the pastor did to her at that church. She confessed to her mother that's why she was in an abusive relationship. She confessed to her mother a week that the pastor was having sex with her, and not, who is this? I didn't even tell her I was ready.
I've got to go in and take my test, Rhoda, but I do want everyone to know we will be back in a few weeks to do another march, another protest. We're going to the TV stations, we're going to the news station, and we're going to the police station.
All right.
We're going to do a protest in front of them to want to know, what are y'all doing?
All right, and we'll talk to you soon. Good luck on your test with DMV.
Okay, thank you so much for all your help, Rhoda. We do appreciate it. Thank you.
And thank you as well. Okay, back to the subject, guys. The young lady has accused, her mother asked her, why are you in this abusive, her name was Lexus. Her mother said, why are you in this abusive relationship with this young man who's beating you, and beating you? She said, Mom, why not? The pastor used to rape me. I was at the church all those years, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. The pastor was having sex with me. Y'all didn't do nothing about that. Her mother said, what did you just say? She said, the pastor, allegedly, this young lady said, was raping me at the church. She said, so who gives a damn about if my boyfriend beat me or not? Not even a week later, her boyfriend took his car and ran it into a tree or a wall and killed Lexus. Lexus left behind, guys, a young baby, 5 years old. And this is why this story at the Believer House became so big. Because when she confessed to her mother about what happened to her, by the time her mother got in contact with the church, Lexus was dead. Her mother got on Facebook and she told the world what happened to her daughter at the Believer's House. Everybody from different parts of the state say, wait a minute, that didn't just happen to Lexus. I thought I was an isolated incident. That happened to me too. And then somebody from Ohio say, that happened to me. Then a grown woman here in Norfolk, Virginia, successful business lady said, that happened to me. He would be on the pulpit ministering and tell me when he get off the pulpit, meet him in his office and he would have sex with me while his wife was still at the church. They say they went down there to Norfolk Police Department and they filed all kind of different complaints on the Believer House Ministry Church off of Bayview Boulevard in Norfolk, Virginia. The lady contacted me today and say still to this day, Norfolk Police have not took the allegations serious. They are fed up with the Norfolk Division of Rape Division. They're fed up with the detectives. They want to know why is this church still able to operate in the city of Norfolk, Virginia. Something needs to be done about what's really going on in the Believer House Ministry in Norfolk, Virginia. I am the most famous news reporter here across the board, where everybody lives matter to me. I'm Rhoda Young Live. Rhoda Young Live. Rhoda Young Live. Stay tuned for the updates with the Believer House Ministry. They say they coming back from Alabama, Utah, New York, Texas, Kansas, until Norfolk Detective Services and Division take these allocations as serious as they supposed to. Rhoda Young Live. Rhoda Young Live is on the scene of this right now. Great day, guys. Great day.